Well, the Director of Media and Publicity of the Jonathan Campaign Organization, Mr. Fani Kayode, says a campaign against the deployment of military personnel for the elections by the All Progressives Congress is a ploy by the opposition to have safe haven for electoral malpractice. Addressing journalists in Abuja, Mr. Fani Kayode accused the APC of planning to cause security breaches and possibly rig the forthcoming polls. He also refuted the claim of an audio tape allegedly used by security agents to allegedly rig the Ekiti elections.
We have decided to invite you to our office today to brief you on the latest acts of desperation by the All Progressives Congress, APC, to undermine the security of lives and property in the course of the forthcoming March 28th and April 11th general elections. It is now very clear to us that the APC is determined to cause security breaches in the next few weeks. This has been confirmed by their vigorous campaign of calumny against the military and their consistent demand that soldiers must not be deployed for security surveillance at the polling booths in the forthcoming elections. It is ironic that instead of purging itself of its own insatiable appetite for rigging and cheating, the APC, through its presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, chose to call a press conference in which he alleged that our leaders were ordering soldiers to rig in Ekiti State. This is a clear case of the pot calling the kettle black. The tape that the APC referred to made no mention of rigging and did not expose any attempt to rig by Fayose or anyone else, whilst the tape that we have just played exposes ample evidence of rigging by the APC in Osun State. In addition to this, the PDP Presidential Campaign Organization wishes to take this opportunity to draw the attention of the Nigerian people and members of the international community to the subtle threat of violence in a statement by General Muhammadu Buhari at the APC stakeholders meeting in Abuja on Tuesday. General Buhari said that the patience of the APC and its leaders were on test. One wonders what he means by that, and what he and his supporters intend to do once that patience runs out.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress has reacted to the press conference addressed by Mr. Fani Kayode. The APC spokesperson, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, told Channels Television that the party is wondering why the PDP is suddenly frightened by the APC. Alhaji Lai Mohammed says reason the opposition party will not accept military participation in the 2015 elections is that the law does not provide any role for them on election day. Also addressing journalists in Abuja on the allegation of instigating violence, Chairman of the APC, Chief John Oyegun, says violence in elections can be eliminated if culprits are brought to book by the government.
The problem in this country is that electoral violence refuses to abate because law is not being enforced. If there is law enforcement added to our own appeals, I think we will see an abatement. But if there is selective law enforcement, selective because of these powers of incumbency, then you cannot expect it.
The APC National Chairman, Chief John Oyegun, and Nigeria's former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, says a call for an interim government has no place in the nation's constitution and should not be given attention by anyone. The former leader, who's a chairman of the National Committee for Peace on the general elections, also told journalists in Abuja that he is optimistic the polls will hold on the new dates.
The committee have interacted with the principal actors on this election. And as you must have heard through the media chat of the president, he has reaffirmed that election will hold come 28th of March. He has also said there is no issue of any interim government as being circulated by the rumor mills. He confirmed and also the Attorney General of the Federation has said there is no such thing in the Constitution as interim government. So we are appealing to Nigerians to focus their mind on exercising their right come the election day.
Former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, will turn attention now away from the elections to what's going on in Ekiti State, where activities in the capital, Ado-Ekiti, were today disrupted for several hours as students of the state-owned university took to the streets protesting a 10,000 naira fine for late registration imposed by the school's authority. From the school gate through some major streets in the capital, with cards bearing different inscriptions calling the state governor to intervene. In an attempt to restore calm, the police fired tear gas on the protesters. Addressing the huge crowd afterwards, Governor Ayodele Fayose promised to revert the increment with immediate effect.
We say no to 10,000 increment in addition fees. We say no to the DSA. We say no to entrepreneurial course. We want our union to return back to us. We want our union to return back to us. Understand? The school at this material time, understand? The government in the school should be centered around the students. They shouldn't make policies that are not convenient for us again. They should come to our aid and listen to us. We are calling on the governor. We are calling on the appropriate authorities. We are calling on legal icons. We are calling on senior advocates. Let them come to our help. Let them come to our help.
I've listened to your demands. I will ensure the reversal, immediate reversal.
Thank you.
I will ensure immediate reversal. I will ensure immediate reversal of the money charged for late registration.
Yes, sir.
But I want to tell you again, we can't solve all problems.
Yes.
We have responsibilities as government. We have other things we have to do. And you are all aware about the financial situation of the state.
Yes.
But I want to plead with you. I will take 5 of you. I'm going to invite the Vice Chancellor now. Wherever he is, he has to come to the governor's office.
To the south now, where over 5 newly constructed and reconstructed roads have been commissioned across Delta State. They include the 7.8-kilometer Umunede-Mbiri Road, valued at 479 million naira, a 13-kilometer road in Arade, valued at 1.9 billion naira, and the 14.7-kilometer Ashaka-Abo Road. State Governor Dr. Emmanuel Dodwahan said the roads will improve intercity transportation, enhance urban growth, and reinvigorate commerce and social life in Delta State.
No administration before that of Governor Emmanuel Dodwahan paid attention to any of the roads being commissioned. For example, the Mbiri-Umunede Road since the 70s remained impossible. The story is no different for Abo Ashaka, Arade, Uheli and Ovie. Men, women and youth at the various local government areas are out to witness this event in their community as the state governor and his team move from one newly constructed road to the other. The first road to be commissioned is the Umunede-Mbiri Road project, which was awarded in October 2014 and is meant to serve as a link road between Umunede, Mbiri Town, Mbiri Farm Settlement and Delta and Edo States boundary.
I want to beg drivers, whoever will be driving on this road, please drive carefully. When you are drunk, don't drive.
The group moved on to Abo to commission a 14.7-kilometer Ashaka-Abo Road. Amen. There is also the commissioning of a network of 9 internal road projects at Ovo-Olomu in Uheli South local government area of the state.
I call this state to formally commission this road for the use of our people to the glory of God.
This commissioning may be happening towards the end of this administration, but according to the governor, more of this will happen before the end of his tenure.
And the Kwara State Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, has given assurance that his government will not retrench workers despite the dwindling federal allocation. A governor who was on a campaign visit to the Trade Union Congress and Nigeria Labour Congress explained that the state funds will continue to be used judiciously.
The Teachers' Hall was filled by workers of different cadre who came to listen to the governor, especially in what he will do for workers if re-elected. Answering questions on whether his government will sack workers or demote them based on the dwindling federal revenue, the governor responded that reducing the staff strength is not the solution, but proper planning of the economy.
Once you retrench, you are distorting the civil service. That is why we will continue to ensure that entry and exit are strategized in a stepwise format to enable quality service from our teeming civil servants.
He also says his government will pay serious attention to the unions and collaborate with other tiers of government.
Our people are not in Abuja, our people are in states and local governments. So policies can be formulated at the federal government, but they must be seen to be keyed into the policies at the state and local governments. That is when service delivery will make sense.
At the end of the interactive forum, some of the people urged their views on the presentations of the governor.
Somebody who has a budget and has been able to hit 85% of the budget when he has lost close to about 40% of his revenues. How do you account for that? Sometimes I begin to wonder how he manages to do these things.
But we as workers, we as civil society, we look towards 2015. I have taken notes. We will look towards what he said he's going to do. And if he's not able to do it, we will remind him.
The third part of the interactive forum for candidates will take place next week, and it is hoped that Kwarans will choose wisely from the array of candidates.
When the News at 10 returns, Securities and Exchange Commission and the CBN announced plans to revive the capital market. That will be in Business News. Please join us again.